Penguin Random House Audio presents The Water Rituals by Eva Garcia Sáenz. Translated from the Spanish by Nick Caster. Read for you by Henry Levya. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Verbal, in The Usual Suspects, quoting Charles Baudelaire. Prologue. The San Adrian Tunnel, Thursday, November 17th, 2016. I've been pregnant since August, Alba whispered, anxiously judging my reaction. Since las fiestas de la Virgen Blanca, Unai. I can still remember the intense joy I felt hearing her news. An involuntary smile lit up my face for the entire month of November. A pregnant Alba. I did a mental calculation, 14 weeks. The baby had already lived longer than my twins. 14 weeks. We were past the dangerous first trimester. A son, a daughter. Alba and I were going to be parents. I closed my eyes, rejoicing in the happiest moment I'd experienced in years. I turned to look out over the balcony where a blurry Vitoria lay drenched by the driving rain. The white balconies on the far side of the Plaza de la Virgen Blanca were almost invisible. It didn't matter. The warmth coursing through my veins could have heated the universe. But when I studied Alba's face, her eyes were warning me. Bad news was on the way. What? I typed, not understanding. What's wrong? I know it's not the best way to start a relationship, but... Alba clutched at my fingers on the phone. I don't know whether the baby is yours or Nancho's. Her husband's name brought me crashing back to reality as if I'd been shot. So he was dead, but his seed was alive in Alba's belly? For those who don't know my history, I'll give you a brief summary. I am Unai Lopez de Ayala, a profiler in the Criminal Investigation Unit of Vitoria's police department. Everyone calls me Kraken. I developed Broca's aphasia after a serial killer shot me, leaving a bullet lodged in my brain. I still can't speak. Sometimes I manage a squawk when I'm really agitated, but generally I communicate through an editing app on my cell phone. And that's what I was doing with my boss, Deputy Superintendent Alba Díaz de Salvatierra, the woman who was also, well, her. At that moment, the worst possible time, I got a WhatsApp from Estibaliz, my partner at the Criminal Investigation Unit. I cursed her for the interruption. Kraken, I'm sorry to bother you, but the forensic team is at a crime scene in the San Adrian Tunnel. DSU Salvatierra's cell phone is switched off. You better come with me. It's important. I motioned for Alba to read the text. We glanced anxiously at each other, and she quickly removed her cell phone from her pocket and switched it on. Esti, I'm sorry you've been called out, but I'm on leave. The DSU is calling you now. What happened? A possible drowning. The victim is a young female with a rope tied around her ankles. I replied without thinking. Drowning? At the top of a mountain? The profiler in me emerged as soon as I spotted the inconsistency. That's right. She was immersed in water up to her shoulders inside a bronze cauldron. The cauldron is a museum piece. We'll have to consult an expert, but it might date back to the Celts. This is no routine murder. It's a strange death in an elaborate setting. I'd like the DSU to ask Judge Olano to authorize you to assist with the investigation as an expert. I hope I'm wrong and that we're not looking at another serial killer, but you're one of the best profilers I know, and if I'm given the case, I want you there to advise me. I couldn't help speculating, imagining myself at the crime scene, seeing it with my own eyes. But I stopped myself. I was still on medical leave, and I couldn't speak. I wasn't part of the team. There was no way I could help her. It certainly sounds strange, but you can handle it. I can't go, and even if I could, I shouldn't. I hoped she wouldn't insist. Kraken, I'm giving you the opportunity to inspect the murder scene and the victim. The press will be all over it soon, and I'd rather tell you than have you find out from them. I think you'd hold it against me for the rest of your life. You've lost me, Esti. The girl had her ID in her purse on the ground. Well, who the hell is it? It's Belén Liaño, your first girlfriend. The girl you went out with before that thing happened at that summer camp in Cantabria. I interrupted her, badly shaken. Oh, okay, Esti, what do you know about that? Lucho told my brother the whole story. Annabelle, I couldn't imagine her dead. Even though she'd like to play games that were all about death and its rituals. Annabelle is dead. And there's something else you need to know. What else could there be? She was pregnant. 1. Montedobra, Sunday, September 4, 2016. Today I went back to the pool, Father. My godmother forbade me to look for you. It was the only rule I could break that would really hurt her. We both knew what Bluebeard would do if he knew someone was sniffing around. I was horrified to read the headline in El Periódico Cántabro today. Horrified. 23-year-old woman found dead on Montedobra summit. The mysterious suicides of young people continue. The body of GT, age 23, from Santander, has been discovered on the summit of Montedobra. She is the third young person who has been found dead on a mountain along the Cantabrian coast. According to the police, all three died from hypothermia after they removed their clothing and spent the night in the open. None of the bodies showed signs of violence. Could this be a trend or a copycat phenomenon? No link has been found between the victims. Yet again, investigators are at a loss. All three deaths have the same strange characteristics. The victims are young, barely out of their teens. They climb to the top of a mountain in Cantabria and take off their clothing, and they are found dead from exposure the next morning. Investigators have been unable to discover any clues or motives, despite close scrutiny of the victims' lives. No surprise there. How could someone who doesn't want to see what's in front of their face notice anything? After a tortuous search, I managed to find a photo of the young girl. She looks like me. You said she had died. You looked me in the eye, Bluebeard, and told me she was dead, damn you. But you kept her. I swore to my godmother that I wouldn't go near you, that I wouldn't search for you. But today I'm going to break those promises, because you have no idea the anger that's spewing out of me, choking the guts you putrefied. And yet, I still miss you, Father. I miss how attentive you could be, how you convinced everyone that I mattered to you before that last summer and everything that happened between the village and the cliffs where I lost my first life. I used to close my eyes and try to become part of your audience, to pretend that I believed in your public persona as if there were a parallel universe in which you were a good father who loved me the way a father should, rather than the way you did. But it was pointless. I could never make myself believe it. I'm smoking and drinking more than usual now, Father. Yesterday I got into a fight. I have to reinvent myself all over again. I have to put my life in order. I have to become another person. Anyone at all. Anyone who isn't me. I'm back, father.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?